Hi there, class. It's Phil McDowell, the Mortgage Professor, brought to you by Mortgages Are Marvellous, one of those Mortgage Alliance franchises. Yesterday I had quite a nice little compliment from a customer. He said, "Phil, you do have all the answers, don't you?" Well, where did that come from? What was it all about? Well, here's the circumstance. In Calgary right now, unemployment is sitting at about 7.5%. We're seeing some stumbling, fumbling, bumbling with the economy. We get some good news one day, bad news the next day. But incrementally, it's improving a little bit more over time. But there's always some bad news that comes up. Now, we do know that there is this hesitant recovery. And usually during these times, there's still a sense of unease about how my job is going to do, especially in oil and gas, or anything related to oil and gas. And the reason why I say that is, it's during these times when the smaller oil and gas companies, management and ownership have been working through a recession, doing cost cutting, doing extra sales, beating the bushes for dollars, and they're getting tired. Now, the major companies are looking back and they're sitting sock full of cash. And what they're doing is one by one picking up, cash buying these ownership and management out who are exhausted through this recession. Now, what does that mean to the employees? Well, whenever you have a large company taking a small company, there could be software, there could be technical knowledge, maybe even some expertise within staff they want to retain. But they also take a look and say, hey, there's some redundancy of services within each company's, within HR, payroll, some of the technical stuff, and we're going to consolidate. What does consolidate mean? Someone's getting the heave-ho. So if there has been a rumor that the company is up for sale or may be sold, but nothing is formalized yet, those people who are sitting in those offices, in the trenches, out in the field, are a little uneasy. And when they're uneasy, they don't want to get their first home or upgrade to a larger home because of this uncertainty. So what about this customer? What was this all about? Well, he had that concern because there was some rumor started. And I said, well, if you got laid off, how long do you think it would take for you to find a different job? Oh man, might be a month, 2 months, 3 months. Okay. And what other income would you have? Oh man, I'd be going to the mat. All my savings would be gone because I'd be buying this house. That's my down payment and the lawyers and the extra stuff. I'm going to be ripped of cash, and I'm going to have EI. And how much is that going to be? That's going to be, before taxes, just short of $2,000 a month. Oh, like $1,500? Yeah. How much are you getting net after different deductions? Oh, about $1,500 every 2 weeks. How about if you got to keep that $1,500 every 2 weeks? That's cash in your hand. But if you have a mortgage payment, that mortgage payment is paid for by an insurance. Doesn't affect your taxes whatsoever because it's a creditor insurance. Like you're paying rent now, you're paying a mortgage payment now, you're paying something now for your housing. If you get unemployed, you just have EI. You'd still have to come up with the money to live where you're going to live. But if you have an insurance coverage, what's the problem? Phil, you do have all the answers, don't you? That's what he said. And if you're in the same kind of situation where you're taking a look at your job and you're saying, I just don't know. And that's fair, because when you have the kind of news that we're getting with the economy, where one day it's up and the next day it's down, I know you're unsettled. But there is a way to protect yourself, and that is by going to info@askphil.ca. Save your money.